Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In case you happen to be new here, my name is Sarah. I am an artist. I create custom art, I do prints, and then fun little fiber notions with original artwork inside of them. And then around here, I tend to create videos that are vlog style, kind of lifestyle, with some knitting thrown in, and then the occasional video like this where I just talk about knitting and knitting only. And well, it's my YouTube, so every now and then I throw in other completely random videos. But it is officially fall here. Autumn has shown her colors in so many ways. Like today, it is cold. It's really cold, so I have a sweater and a flannel because I'm cold. This morning though, it was even chillier and I had the sweater and a cardigan on top of that. As well as all the leaves are falling. I have a neighbor's tree that is dumping all of its leaves all over the patio and the grass, and though it is a pain to clean up, it is delightful to watch the leaves just come blowing down out of the trees. With all that being said, because it is fall and it is cold, I am daydreaming of all of the knits. Now I have a list here of knits. However, I'm not the type of person who comes up with grand assumptions of what they can fit into a season and what they can actually knit. I know I cannot knit all of these things. I will probably accomplish one or two of these things, if any at all. I also don't like to make plans as to, oh, I'm gonna knit this and I'm gonna make that, because I never stick to plans. I'm the type of person, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then something else comes up and the plans never quite follow through. So consider this list my daydreaming knit list, with one I really would like to make actually happen, but we'll see. I do have one here though that I talked about before, wanting to make it for fall, and I am currently knitting it. So I thought I would show you, that way you can see that I actually am working on autumn projects. Here it is. Ta-da! I know some of you are probably like, but that looks like a tank top. Why, yes it is. This is the Papyrus top by Yulin Knitwear, and yes, it is a tank top. But I like layering a lot in fall and winter, and I really like high neck tank tops, and this is kind of like a turtle mock neck style tank top. Now I do plan on making one modification, and that is to pick up around the armhole and do a double knit armhole, like the, oh no, give me one moment, I will tell you, like the Tonight top by Lily Kate makes. I have knit that one before and I really like that, but I wanted to try something different because I like knitting different things sometimes. But yeah, I'm giving this one a try. I am going to keep the same neck and just change this out so it's got the double knitting. Yeah, I am using, what am I using? Knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. I've never used this yarn before. People talk about it all the time, so we will see. I will report back to you if it's actually worth all the hype or not. The color is lovely though. It is a brown. Don't ask me what brown because I don't have the ball band with me. But yeah, it is knitting up nice. It is I feel like a little lighter weight, a little finer. I don't know, but we'll see when it blocks. That is my current on-the-go project because, well, it's fingering weight and it's really small. So it's just, I knit it in the car, I knit it when I'm talking with people, etc. Shall we talk about all the things I would knit if I could knit it all? The first one is the Carlotta sweater by Moreka Knit. This one's really cool looking. I like the high V of this. It is so cool looking, and with like the different colors, I can just picture this like knit out of like a maybe like a brown with then like maybe a pop of color, like a neon yellow and like an ivory around the neck. How cool would that be? Or maybe doing, you know, a full ivory and then having like an electric blue and a brown or something like that. I don't know. I really like the look of this one. However, it is sport weight, which isn't a problem. However, it is mainly slip stitching. It's like the whole body incorporates like some sort of slipping stitch. I'm not exactly sure of the stitch. It just says a slip stitch pattern. So Yeah, but then looking at it, like looking at a closer up photo and then zooming in, the fabric does look very dense, which could be very nice to wear. However, for me, my hands do get really like worn out with doing any sort of slip stitching. I don't know why. I don't know if it's maybe the type of yarn I've used in the past when I've done slip stitching, or who knows, but the idea of knitting an oversized sweater like this with that much slip stitching, it doesn't sound like a fun time to me. It is lovely though. So if I were to ever knit something like this, it would be just that. It would be like it. I would probably like make my own, just kind of make up my own sweater and do like a 2x2 or maybe even a 3x1. Something like that would be interesting. And just make up my own pattern because yeah, double slip stitch knitting does not sound like fun to me. However, the pattern is beautiful and I love that neckline so much. This next one is by the same designer. It is the Charlie pullover. This one is following a huge trend of things with collars. Anybody else noticing the collars all over the place? And at first I was a little, I don't know about this trend, but it's kind of growing on me. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes trends do that to me. I'll see them at first and think, no, nope. But then you see like more people wearing it and see it in other colors and maybe slightly differently, slightly different styles, and I don't know how to justify it. I like this trend now. I was a little, I don't know, but no, I'm into it. Not all of them. Let's be honest here. Not all of them do I like. This one I like. I like that it's kind of oversized and it has a nice little placket happening and the collar looks like double knit or folded or something like that, but it looks very nice and clean. I also really like the wide stripes on this one. Oh, the daydreaming of color combinations. I know we all do it. Yeah, I really like the color combination that they have. I kind of would almost reverse it and have like more of a taupey color and then have like an ivory stripe. That would be very nice. Also, again, I don't know why, but I'm feeling like bold. It would be kind of pretty in like a caramel with like, I don't know, if you want to be safer, caramel with black stripes, or, hear me out, caramel with neon yellow or bright red. I think that would be really striking, really cool. However, that's when you go bold like that, it could be something that, you know, you probably wouldn't wear as often unless you're a colorful person. I'm not a super colorful person, as you can tell as I'm wearing my white and my, you know, my neutral flannel. I can't help it. It's just what I like. Yeah, anyways, I really like this collared one. I think it's very nice. The next one is the Clubhouse Raglan hoodie. Yes, a knit hoodie. I actually have quite a few hoodies in my wish list. I actually have an entire Ravelry bundle of things with hoods. I'll pop that down below. I love wearing hoodies. I have, which is funny because I only have one hoodie actually thinking about it. Why do I only have one hoodie? Okay, well I wear it a lot, that one hoodie. It is getting kind of worn out. It's got a few stains on it. Yeah, I can't really wear it out so much anymore. Probably just need to get a new one, or I can knit one. But I like wearing hoods in the morning. Like I get up out of bed and my hair's a little crazy. Not that it's not crazy right now. It's very big and fluffy. I can't help it. I have a lot of hair. But anyways, I get out of bed. My hair is all a mess. I don't want to deal with it first thing in the morning. I want to get my tea. I want to sit down and just do nothing for a few moments to like wake myself up. So I love being able to throw on my hood. So like this can just be hidden. So the idea of having a cozy, warm knit hoodie is, I really like this idea. This one is Aran weight, so it would be quite thick. However, I think, you know, in the middle of winter and fall, I don't think that would matter because a lot of times I get up and I'm wearing like a camisole or something like that. So that just goes right over the camisole and that would keep you nice and cozy. Oh, I just really like this idea, and having it in a neutral like this one, which is gray or a black even, but I don't know, I have fuzzies. Fuzzies get on black. Ooh, a really nice brown, or go bold. Bold could be really fun, like in a lovely, lovely electric blue. I just knit a sweater in an electric blue. I just knit a pullover in an electric blue, and I love it so much. I didn't think I would like it, and I didn't think I'd wear it very much, but I've actually worn it quite a bit. So maybe a hoodie in a color like that. Ooh, and then you could like change up the colors. Like the ties could be a different color, or the cuffs and the pocket. Or it could be so fun. Anyways, I like the idea of a hoodie. I have quite a few that I've saved on my Ravelry. So like I said, I'll put that down below and you can check out all the different hoodies. But the idea of knitting a hoodie for autumn would be really cool. Will it happen? Probably not. But I really like the idea of it. This pattern I actually already own and could possibly have the yarn for. I have some yarn that I'm very undecided on. It could be for like 5 or 6 different projects, but I don't know. But it is the Rivendell pullover by Sari Nordlund. Now, she has 2 versions. There's one with a rib neck for the V, and then one with an I-cord. I personally love the I-cord one. I think it looks so clean, and just to me, that says Rivendell. And it's called the Rivendell. So I feel like, you know, the I-cord is just more clean, like the elves would have it. Not that they're walking around in knit sweaters or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Well, you know what I mean if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. But anyways, I love this pullover. I would love to knit it at some point. I already have the pattern. I potentially have the yarn for it. So what's to stop me? I don't know. I just need to do it. It is beautiful, and the color I have is like a beigey color. So yeah, it would be a really nice staple to have, like kind of like a slightly dressier one, but like then I could dress it down with a turtleneck underneath it. That could be really cute. I need more time. So much time. I need way more time to be able to knit. I want to knit so much more. Anyways, getting off track. The Rivendell. I think it's lovely. It's definitely on my wish list for someday. It's going to be made, whether or not it's made this autumn. Who's to say? Now, this cardigan has been one of those that I've seen, and it comes up in my feed, it comes up on my Ravelry, and every single time I think, oh, that is a beautiful cardigan. It is the Max cardigan by Joanna Garish. Look at how striking this is. The colors are perfect. They're like limitless color combinations though. Again, you could go bold. Imagine like a beautiful soft lavender with red. That would be so cool. Those are not my colors. I don't usually like purple or red, but for some reason that soft lavender with that bright poppy tomatoey red is really striking, and I love looking at it. I would never wear it, but I think it's beautiful. A caramel with a black. This one's a little bit more beigey taupey, but like a richer caramel would be really nice. Oh, a mustard with a brown, or brown with a cream. I don't know. Again, the color combinations are endless. Somebody should just like reach out to me and say, hey, I want to knit this. Can you pick the colors for me? I would love to do that, by the way. That would be so much fun. To like pick colors for people. Like, here, you should knit this sweater and it should be out of these colors because I can't knit all the sweaters and pick all the colors, so let me pick the colors for you. Anyways, it just feels very academic to me. It's like something you would wear if you either want to look cool or smart. I am neither one of those, but I feel like if I wore it, I would feel one of those. Let's stick with the cardigans, shall we? The other one I would like to knit that I have yarn for, that is kind of on my I actually want to knit this autumn, is the Calm Down cardigan by Lily Kate Makes. Now, I have made this cardigan before in a lovely brown. It is fabulous, and I wore it a lot this last fall and winter. I haven't started wearing it yet because it is wool of the Andes from Knit Picks, and it is warm. And if I am the tiniest bit warm, it feels a little scratchy. So I have to be cold in order to wear that, and I'm not quite to that point. I mean, maybe this morning I would have been. But anyways, I really like the way this cardigan fits. It fits very nicely. However, because I already have a cardigan, like this cardigan, I've decided I'll make some modifications. I'm going to change the texture. So it's like saddle shoulder, and it's like a ribbing that starts in the saddle shoulder and then goes all the way down the arm. And I'm playing with the idea of either doing stockinette, just keeping it stockinette, keeping it plain, or doing a different texture. Maybe something like a double moss stitch, double seed stitch, whatever you want to call it, or a basket weave, or I don't know. I would play around with it a little, but I'm kind of honestly thinking just stockinette, because I have one with texture. Maybe having one without texture would be nice. Plus, it would be black. I have a really nice black yarn that I've been wanting to make a cardigan out of. So if I do black, you're not going to see the texture really well anyways. So maybe I just do that. Mock cables would be really cool too. So many ideas. Anyways, I would like to make the calm down cardigan. This is like actually on my list. Like, I want to make it happen. I've had this black yarn, I think, for 1 or 2 years now, and I keep thinking I want a cardigan. And all last year, throughout winter, I kept thinking I need a black cardigan to go with some outfits. And of course, I didn't want to buy one because I have yarn to make one. So I think as soon as I'm done knitting my sister's cardigan, I'm making her champagne cardigan right now. I think as soon as I'm done with that one, I'm going to cast on the calm down cardigan in that black. I just need to decide if I want to do a texture stitch or not. Okay, I have 3 more. This first one is another one that is on my, I would really like to make this list, because I like got the yarn and it is so dreamy, and I've wanted a sweater like this for quite a while now. So maybe I should just make it happen. But since I keep talking about it, I'm not telling you what it is. It is the zipper sweater by Petite Knit. I bought some Drops Air from Wool Warehouse before they stopped shipping to the United States. Thank you very much, tariffs. Anyways, y'all know. You all know. The zipper sweater. It looks so cozy. So cozy. Let me tell you, the Drops Air that I have is the most delightful brown. It just screams autumn in a sweater, but I can't. I want to cast on that cardigan first. I need to cast on the cardigan first, but this one just says fall. I'm meant for fall. And it's like, it's taken me literally months to finish any sweater at all lately, just because I don't have enough knitting time. So it's about, you know, anywhere from 2 months to 5 months, which is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing to take your time knitting things, but I want them now. I would need to get a zipper for it, because the zippers I have at the moment are all like ivory or I think black, and I'd want a brown one, because if I'm gonna do this, I want to do it like to perfection. At least that's my hope. We will see. Putting in a zipper doesn't like intimidate me. It's not the actual doing it that always makes me take pause. It's the reading instructions. I could always follow a video, but then it's that procrastination thing, like, oh, you gotta look it up in order to then learn how to do it, and that's the part I don't like. So yes, the zipper sweater is at the very tippy top of the making for autumn list. The next 2 patterns are full-blown dreams. Like, they're not gonna happen. Not on this planet at this point in time anyways. The first one is the Lunch at Tiffany's dress. It is a pattern by Anna Catherine Stoll. I own this pattern. I bought it a while ago, and I bought yarn that I thought was gonna work for it. And I swatched for it, and the yarn didn't work for it. So I then have just kind of sat with it. I haven't found the yarn that I'm like, this is it, this is the yarn, it's going to be made into this. So that's why it hasn't been made yet. I'm not really intimidated of the size of, you know, making a dress and ribbing or anything like that. It just is, I haven't found the right yarn yet. And I really want to make this dress. Now, I would think I'm going to knit this zipper sweater out of the Drops Air. I think that could maybe be a contender. I like that it's a lighter yarn, and that's why I would think it would be good for something like a dress, because I don't want something super heavy, because that's a lot of fabric. but it's just on my list. It's one that I dream of constantly. I really like the shape of it. I love the ribbing, and I don't know, it's just a really nice shape. And I would probably want it in black. However, I wouldn't say no to it in a green or a navy blue. Those could be really nice too. The last pattern I've had on my list also for a very, very long time. And it is one of those patterns, every time I look at it, I'm like, I want this sweater so bad. But it's like a lot of knitting. It is the Savin by Megan Babin. It is like probably the most perfect looking cable sweater I've ever seen. I love every single cable that is inside of it, and it's like almost all cable. It is knit in pieces, which that doesn't really bother me at all. Like piecing a sweater together, that doesn't really intimidate me. I think, okay, fine, I have to sew, but I kind of like the idea of that, because then you have, you know, when you block it, it's just gonna block out really nicely. I'm not a huge fan of all the purling one would have to do to make that happen, but you know, it's not the end of the world. I don't hate purling. I'm just slower at it, and it kind of cramps my hands up a little. The thing that gives me pause with a sweater like this is purely the having to look at charts and read that much pattern, because something like this would probably take me a hot minute, especially with how little knitting time I have, which means I would probably have to refer back to the pattern every single time. Even if it was something that was memorizable, I don't know if I would be able to memorize it with all of my start, stop that I do with knitting. So that means I would have to be very attentive to what I'm doing. And that sounds mildly overwhelming, not gonna lie, but it is so beautiful. It is definitely on my list of someday I would love to make this happen. Will it happen? Who knows? But that's the point of this, right? I'm daydreaming. I'm daydreaming of all the things I could knit if I could knit it all. And that's it for today. We'll just wrap it up with that. Mega daydream of a knit. Let me know down in the comments what pattern you definitely for sure are going to make this autumn, and then one that is like on your dream make list. Thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. If you haven't already and you're interested in vlogging and knitting and all the things like that, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.